The Commission, Uncle Paulie, P. Diddy, Caesar Leo, De Janeiro, Charlie Baltimore, Iceberg Slim, the most shady, Frankie Baby.
And it's funny because he knocked him out in the first round. I was like, okay, here we go.
Right.
Ricky can handle the welters. And then your boy just took him to school.
Louis
He was a southpaw, exposed him, sheer boxing.
Rocked him in the late round.
In the late round, 12th round.
And he was here, and he didn't have a referee to save him in that fight, like the one yesterday. But go ahead, Slim.
Then Urango was after that, and Urango gave him a difficult time too, but hadn't won. But you're starting to see that if you physical enough to deal with him, and at that weight, he wasn't able to wrestle people like he was at 140. We saw that with Urango. Then he fought Castillo, who didn't belong at 147. Where did they
actually? He fought at junior welterweight.
So he went up and went back down.
Yeah, Castillo came from.
He went up, came back down to fight Urango after.
Right.
Castillo came from 35.
He fought. This is the whole thing. He really was never supposed to fight our boy at 47, Louis Palazzo.
Right.
He had a fight that was supposed to happen. It fell through. He went up to 47 to challenge him.
Right.
When he saw that he was going to have trouble with bigger welters, he came back down to 40 and got his title back.
Right.
That's the whole thing. So according to him, he was never supposed to be fighting that high.
That was only for Floyd, actually. That's what that was. That's really what it was for. A test, the market for Floyd. But go ahead.
So you got Floyd. We know what happened.
We already know what happened.
Now we talk about the fight that he fought. Juan. How do you pronounce the last name?
Lascano. He was really
a veteran.
Listen, man, his best years was at 35.
Right. He's a former lightweight. He's been around.
He's been around. In years past, it would have been a whole different fight.
Right. It really, all truth be told, he should have won that fight last night, Docs. I thought. He should have won that fight. That interruption was huge. I told y'all he was doing a chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side, a little dance. He got rocked.
He almost got beat by a lightweight.
He was
That's
going,
what I'm
dog.
trying to tell you, man.
Right.
He almost got beat by a lightweight. What
the ref did this. What was this the ref did? What was this?
Let's go back to the very beginning of the fight. First of all, Ricky has been displaying the same issues that he's always displayed for quite some time. And I called Coltrane. I said it'd be interesting. Maybe some of you guys overseas can give me a background. He seems to be influenced by Mike Tyson greatly, like the way he fights. And if you watch him, sometimes he may even go into a peekaboo before he launches. But he throws a lot of
on the back.
He throws a lot of leaping left hooks. It's more so. He throws a lot of leaping left hooks. He'll lean and shoot the uppercut. All these things throws him off balance.
That's how he got caught with the check
That's how
he got caught with the check hook.
He gets caught with the check hook because he lunges in with lefts and rights. He barely threw the jab last night. The difference between him and Mike squatted into a lot of his arsenal due to his size. And he did a lot of things due to his size. Mike would bounce down and explode up. And he shoots a lot of power jabs too. But he doesn't squat a lot anymore. He just sits there and he lunges in and leaves his face up. You punch inside with Ricky, you beat him all day. And that's what he did last night. Even though he didn't win a lot of rounds, but he caught him. The times he caught him, he punched inside and caught him. 8th round, he hurt him too. Ricky grabbed him in the 8th round as well.
But nobody peeped that.
A bigger fighter, that's what we're talking about. Basically, in a nutshell, is Ricky has trouble with bigger, more physical fighters.
Because he can't bully.
He can't bulldoze and push people around.
He's not fighting Urango again. That's why he wants to fight Paulie.
I like Urango against him right now. Yeah. Like after looking at the last fight, even though it may be similar, but Urango, the fact that Ricky's chin is getting more and more exposed.
Is it chin or stamina though? Which one you think it is?
The stamina has become an issue in the last 2-3 fights.
That's right.
Because Ricky was one dude that, I don't know if it's a trick with the UK fighters, because that's the same thing with Kawasaki. Right. You could go, they're as active in the 12th round as they were in the first round.
No, that's a good assessment.
Ricky was one dude that no matter what, he was always in peak form come the championship round. Lately, I don't know if
he's getting hit. To his credit, he's still throwing.
He's still throwing.
He's still throwing 1 through 12, and his output is still ridiculous. But it's the fact that I think he's getting hit.
I think this is the issue. People are forgetting. The thing is, he's staying less and less in shape in between fights.
Right.
Yeah. He's blowing up 40. It used to be he would blow up 25 pounds, 30. Now he's blowing up 45, 50
and
pounds.
they think that's funny, and they're embracing it.
50 pounds
that's embarrassing.
Right.
That's embarrassing.
For you to be a 140-pound fighter and walking around 195 or 185.
I'm getting kind of pissed, Doc. And
get off, Sleep.
This is the thing that upsets me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. Like, I don't want to keep going back to Floyd, because I don't agree with the stuff Floyd does off camera. But I know that man is dedicated. He trains year round. He's never out of shape. He doesn't come into the ring and make a mockery of the sport.
Exactly.
You got other fighters that you sit there and ride with, but they got all these bells and whistles coming in the ring. Yep. You know, the whole ring entrance. He come with a fat suit. You embrace the fact that he gets fat in between fights. And you're going to sit there and put this man on a higher pedestal and try to paint Floyd Mayweather as a clown. Floyd does not disrespect the sport. He may act like a fool when the cameras are rolling outside the sport. When he's in the sport, he doesn't do anything dirty, and he trains. This guy blows up in between rounds, comes out in a fat suit. The whole crowd embraces like this is some old fight. But guess what? That's going to get you knocked out.
That's going to get him knocked out. He almost got knocked out by Journeyman.
That's going to get you knocked out. It's not funny.
Overrated fighters don't get rocked by Journeyman.
We have nothing against Manchester. Manchester United, shout out, great victory.
Yeah, man, but look,
we keep it funky, keep it real.
But your fight on Ricky Hatton is a double standard that's been used for Ricky Hatton for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And you know, it's about time he's getting exposed on that. You know, the HBO commentators seem to take a shine on him.
He's a nice guy. He's fun to hang out. But this is boxing. I care about what the boxers do. Not what they do outside the ring. All I care about what goes on in the ring. Like
shout out to Wayne Rooney. Shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying?
Sugar Ray Robinson, Willie Pep, they're rolling over in their graves right now. The way he makes a mockery of this sport, man. You don't come in glorify being fat. Look, this is your craft. Take it the hell serious, man. And stop coming at people like Floyd, people like Bernard Hopkins, who are workaholics. You don't have to like them, what they say outside the ring, but when it comes to this sport, Bernard got a 28 waist, folks.
He worked out today.
A 28-inch waist. Prince got a 28-inch waist.
What did Earthquake say? He said, I mean, I ain't have a 28-inch waist since the 30s.
You know what I mean?
But this is a bigger issue. Yeah. Now, this fight was a precursor to what's supposed to happen later on in the fall.
On Versus, though. Remember I called you earlier? No, I'm saying, how do you have a build-up on Versus?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Shout out to my people at Versus.
Mainly is because it wasn't a very interesting card.
They both look hard.
Like, really, I don't see why HBO would want to pay for that card.
Nah.
Or Showtime.
I'm not so sure that fight's going to happen, man.
No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
You think so?
Because, I mean, who else?
Yeah, that's true. There's nobody else in 40. Because he ain't going to fight the young bull, Tim Bradley. I can tell y'all that.
He's not going to fight.
He's not going to fight.
Withers out of the picture. He ducked with
all I gotta say is to the UK is the one thing I'm liking out of there is Amir Khan. I do like what I'm seeing out of him. I know I'm just saying as far as a fighter to get behind. So UK, my UK people out there, right now, like I said, Kawasaki still hold his own. You know, I don't even have to mention great fighter because you don't have to mention them. But Amir Khan right now is the only thing that I see coming out of the UK to be very excited about.
Gary Lockett?
Rocket, pocket, stocket.
Supposed to fight Kelly Pavlik.
It ain't Ricky Hatton. It ain't y'all man David Hay. It's Amir Khan, and that's what y'all need to get behind.
Nah, I gotta take Ricky in if it doesn't
I'm taking Ricky all day.
Ricky's gonna walk down.
Because
Ricky by
flaws is what Ricky does. Yeah. He is receptive to right hands, and he gets bullied around. That's what he does.
This is what I find humorous. And one of these sites I read this week that Paulie's going around saying that Ricky Hatton is his ticket to a rematch that he's been yearning for.
Well, Cody, he don't want to do that.
He don't want to do that.
That's a murder.
He's saying he's going to beat Ricky.
Cody bodied him this time.
He won more rounds against Cotto than Ricky won against Floyd. So he's saying that I should give him a rematch. Man. If he gets his rematch against Floyd, I should give him a rematch against Cotto.
Did you hear what, quick sidebar, Prince Nassim had a very interesting quote. He said, Floyd Mayweather has the potential to go down as the greatest fighter ever. That's what your man. Because somebody addressed it to you, Sleep. They said your man Prince Nassim. He just said period. He just said
why
he just think he likes everything he sees.
Prince never seen a fighter like his mind state is in question. You know,
I just bring it up. You know what he said.
His mind state is.
I don't agree with it. I'm just he
actually was talking about coming back.
I wanted to know what context that was talked out there. Like I can't.
No.
He's not authority in the sport. I'm sorry.
He's not an authority. It was just an interesting thing. Somebody brought it up. That's all.
So let's break up the intangibles of Malinachi Ricky Hatton fight.
Are there intangibles?
Intangibles.
A whole lot of pressure.
Intangibles.
No right hand to get him off.
I mean, I told you, what Ricky does well is what Paul does bad. You know what I mean? It's like it's that simple.
Paulie showed you how much trouble he has with physical fighters.
Who
are straight ahead come at you.
He just come forward.
If you look at Ngujo and you look at undo 2 times, these dudes are nowhere near in the league of Ricky Hatton.
Right.
Ricky Hatton is these guys plus the extra strength version of them.
Right, and I always go with the tallest midget in the circus theory. Really don't do a whole lot for me. But I want to go back to, you brought up a good point, how he don't like pressure. That was Hector Camacho Jr.'s problem. No, I'm serious, Doc. Hector Camacho Jr. lost to my man, Jesse James Leha, who was like 48 years old when he beat Junior. But that was the knock on him. He didn't.
Oh, you talking about Junior?
Junior,
sorry,
not senior. Junior.
Yeah.
Junior didn't like pressure, like Paulie. I'm just saying, just parallel there. You got some fighters who fight good when it's at a comfortable pace, but when you pressure them, it throws their whole game. Well, that's all I was just saying. You know what I mean?